welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you can follow my journey to review all 1000 Looney Tunes shorts and give this video a like as well. So this is a review for Knights Must Fall, and with me today is Sir Pancelot himself, my good friend Blue Genocide, it's directed by Friz Freleng. You can find this beautiful new restoration on the Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary Blu-ray set. I have a link below to that set. It is a great set, even if you hate Funko Pops.
And now the contestants are lining up at opposite ends of the field, ready for the start. And there they go!
Let's see what you've got in the ball. Lean on it, kid. Let's see you dish it out. Come on, throw some iron, boys.
Just a brief synopsis. Bugs Bunny offends Sir Pancelot, we'll get to that name in a moment, by using his armor as a rubbish bin for his carrot, so the two must now joust as agreed upon to settle the matter. Which sounds weird reading that back, but anyway, that is the synopsis for this cartoon.
So be it then. We meet on the jousting field tomorrow at dawn. Agreed?
Agreed.
A few bits of trivia. The title itself is based on the title of a 1937 film called Night Must Fall. So someone must have been a fan of that. But anyway, the ending appears to have come from the book A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, where the Knights of England would gang up on the protagonist. But interestingly enough, Bugs Bunny himself would star in a television special based on that book, directed by Chuck Jones in the 70s. Now, later on, Friz would direct Bugs in another Knights-themed short called Nighty Night Bugs, where Bugs would win his first and only Oscar in the Golden Age. And lastly, we've got a nice little Dick Tracy reference when Bugs says accordion head.
Look at the new Dick Tracy character, Accordion Head.
That's just a play on the fact that Dick Tracy had all these weird, wonderful, colourful villains in his comic strip. I mean, pretty much rivaled only by Batman by that point in time, even in the 40s. So, I actually had not seen this short at all. I only watched it for the first time recently. Right, so with this one, what's interesting is that, see, I never saw this one before. And when the Bugs Anniversary set came out, I still hadn't seen it because, again, I was going to watch all these in order anyway. So now I finally got up to it, and boy, oh boy, I really thought this was funny. Yes, some of the gags are either reused from before or they come from cartoons I'd seen that would come out after this short was done, but there's so much good about this one. But unfortunately, I think something tells me you didn't feel the same way.
Yeah, I was the same way. I had never even heard of this short. I mean, can you blame me with a title like Knights Must Fall? You would probably not even think that's a Bugs Bunny cartoon. And we've made fun in the past of Freleng's names. I mean, obviously at the time they were not designed to be memorable. They were just the title of a cartoon that would entertain people for a couple weeks and then it would be gone. But I had never seen this cartoon, so when I was watching my 80th Bugs Bunny Blu-ray set, when I finally got it, my thoughts were very just, it's alright. You know, I really didn't think it was anything special. Like Anthony said, a lot of the gags were done before or after, in my opinion, in better ways. And even the theme was done arguably better in Nighty Night Bugs. And the one positive I have to say, though, Bugs looks good in that set of green armor. Really good color for him.
Yes, I would say so. But I mean, there's so much I personally love about this one, but I will say it is kind of weird that the whole setup was just over the fact that Bugs is eating a carrot and he has to throw the green part away, which is weird because rabbits would eat that as far as I'm aware. You know, if there are any rabbit owners and I am incorrect about it, please let me know. But he's finding a place to throw it out and he just tosses it in the knight's bottom. It's the weirdest form of setup, and then you got this like chivalry gag, which again has been done since, and I think in a funnier way with Yosemite Sam. But there was no chivalry like that in the Middle Ages, as far as I'm aware. But the whole setup is just so darn weird. But what can I say? At least once we get to the game, it gets really, really funny.
You know, I just realized, I just remembered something. I think another reason this cartoon didn't really hit home for me is because I think this cartoon's idea was done funnier in a previous Goofy cartoon. Oh, and here's Blue Genocide bringing up Disney again. Boo hiss. There's a Goofy short called A Night for a Day.
Wonderful
That's
short.
what this makes me think of, and honestly, I'd rather watch A Night for a Day than this. I think that's my whole thing.
That's fair enough, because A Night for a Day is actually a very good cartoon. It's actually one of the best Goofy shorts when they were trying to get around the whole Pinto Colvin voice issue. I'm not sure if he came back at that point, but
yeah,
that's another
we're gonna lose everybody.
Course.
Brought up Disney, boo hiss.
Oh no, I understand why a lot of Disney shorts are actually good. Yes, there are some stinkers, but anyway, it's not like Warner's didn't have any stinkers. Go to heaven on a mule. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
But what I love is just the whole anachronisms that were happening in this jousting competition, where clearly they're setting up things like horse racing, American football and all that sort of stuff, right down to this medieval commentator who you mentioned looks like a Tex Avery or a Clampett sort of character. Just everything looks old, and yet you got a 1940s microphone. I don't know. I just got a kick out of that. I don't know why. It's just it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a very, it's not a bad cartoon by any means. I'm not trying to say that. I just think that there's probably a reason we haven't seen it before. That's just how I feel about it. And, I'm sure it did play on cable TV in the 90s, but when I was a kid, the only thing that they would ever show is pretty much the post-1949, like the 50s Chuck Jones and Freeling stuff. So that's all I ever saw as a kid. So it's not surprising to me that another 40s cartoon just disappeared.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But look, I mean, I like some of the puns and some of the wordplay in there. I mean, I love how he goes,
"What's up, Sir Doc?"
I thought that was a very, I got a big chuckle out of that. But also, you can't tell a night for a day without a program.
Programs, you can't tell a night from a day without a program.
Manny's probably screaming in at his television from hearing my poor imitation. He'll probably say, no, this is how you do it. Can't tell a night for a day without a program.
See, anyway, Anthony making somebody mad, and then he does it again. Just...
Oh, yes. My mission is to make Manny mad. For those of you who are new to the channel, if this is your first video, Manny Cruz has been with me as a guest on heaps of videos, along with what Blue Genocide is doing now. But I liked also the cue sharpener from Thin Air. It was so weird and out of place, yet it was so darn funny to me. But I don't know, maybe it was just the mood I was watching it in. I just thought it was one of the funniest shorts I'd seen in a while. And it also shows me that Ted Pierce, who wrote this cartoon, he can be very hit or miss, and the irony here, of course, is that he can be hit or miss, but for the two of us, he's both hit and miss.
That's definitely true. I mean,
so weird.
I do think I get the reputation on doing these as the naysayer, but I don't know. We'll get to a couple cartoons, I'm sure, in the future where you just are not a fan of them, and I really do enjoy them. So
that's fair enough.
It comes and goes.
How dare you have a contrary opinion to me? How dare you? I'm going to shake my fist with rage here. But I'm sure we can at least agree on two things here. Like, one, we've seen this Sir Pancelot. I love that name, by the way. I love that name. Sir Pancelot having his arm up, and yet somehow Bugs is able to fit in his armor to give him the prick in those wonderful 1940s boxer shorts. How he is able to fit in there, I don't know, but I thought that was hilarious. And of course, that stupid looking referee. I just thought that was one of the funniest designs ever. I guess it's my good friend and animation historian Austin Kelly. I mean, I'm guessing that's probably what he does at a Renaissance fair, but anyway, that's... Hi, Austin.
That design of that announcer definitely reminded me of like an early 40s Bob Clampett or Tex Avery type design. I mean, I don't think it's cited that it's been reused for something, but honestly, it definitely looks like it was, even though it probably wasn't. I don't know.
Of course. But like I said, that referee at the end just kills me every time. So, in terms of the score for this cartoon, this is going to be very interesting because I'm giving it 9 out of 10 because I was just in hysterics in this cartoon. And the only reason it's not perhaps a 10 is because the setup is just one of the weirdest things. But because the setup was so short, the rest of it was so funny, I'm like, you know what? 9 out of 10 for me. And people probably thinking, you're giving too many 9s. But, well, 1949, I guess, well, there's a 9 in there, so I guess that's kind of appropriate. But what would you give this one?
I'd give it a 6. I think it's a very passable cartoon. I don't think it's one of Freeling's best, even from this year. And I just feel like it was, we got to get a cartoon out. And I feel like the idea was done better in other places.
So you're saying that this one is one of those fill in the schedule, much like Do for the Dodo. I mean, I'm looking forward to that one. Yeesh. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that review, but anyway, that's going to be a good fun one. Those of you watching, please put in the comments whether you think that it should be a 9 or a 6. I'm not going to say them the other way around. And tell me the score in the comments, and if you're siding either with me that it's one of the most funniest cartoons ever, or at least in this year, or just okay and passable, like what Blue said. I'll give you a hint. Mine's the right one. I kid. But that'll do it for this one. So thanks very much for listening, guys, and until next time, take care.
So it shouldn't be a total loss.